I'm good.
Right. Go ahead. So, introduce yourselves.
Well,
Okay, my name is Hannah Denson,
and I'm Steve Bear.
and we are part of Honeywild.
Yeah, it's a small part of a big band.
Awesome. So tell me about your music.
All right, well, I started this project maybe 5 years ago. I am very influenced by, I would say, a mixture of 90s rock, R&B, and like New Orleans style jazz. Also, punk rock plays a big part in it. So it's kind of an amalgamation of a lot of things. And then I read a lot as a kid, so I really take pride in my lyrics and writing about things that I feel passionate about and emotions that I've had that are not always fun to talk about. Some very negative experiences that I can make people dance to and kind of celebrate the fact that they've been through those experiences and not feel so weighed down by them.
Yeah. Oh, nothing to add.
Well, Steve,
Sorry.
Steve actually just started. He joined the band 2 years ago, but he actually just started writing some
Yeah,
music.
well, actually, I'll speak to it a little bit is like the process there. So one thing that makes it so easy to work with Hannah is that Hannah will send us an idea like, hey, here's something really bare bones, just me and a piano or something like that, and then turn it over to all the different musicians we work with, and they kind of come back to her with, hey, here's what I hear this, here's what I hear at this, and here's what chord progression I think would work best here. Here's what rhythm I think would work best here. And Hannah's really open to like taking all those, and not very dogmatic or anything like that. Just very open to taking their suggestions and kind of rolling with that. And then similarly, when we play a gig like this, if I have an idea like this would sound different on acoustic, we'll do it this way. She's always like, yeah, that sounds great. She plays piano bar, with one of our friends, like, and it sounds all jazzy. She's like, all right, that's great too. Like, it can change very easily because it's not about like everything sounding exactly right all the time. Like, it can sound different every time we play it if it needs to.
Yeah, and that's how the sound really morphed throughout the years. Is having I've had a lot of different people in the band. There's nobody else in the band is from the original group, but every time somebody new comes in, I try to take that person's experiences and those people, the passions that they have for the type of music that they love, and try to feed off of their strengths.
Yeah, definitely, and that's why like it'll sound a little different like every time you hear it, like because it might be a different group of musicians, certainly than the one on the record, or even a different group than you heard the last time you came to hear us play. But it's always gonna be the same songs, just like playing off the strengths of the people who are there to play with us.
Yeah.
You want to talk about local music, favorite venues, and all that?
Local music, yeah. Since 2019, we've played all over Asbury Park, the Wonder Bar, the Saints. This is our first time at the Asbury Hotel. We've actually played the Asbury Lanes a while back, and we also play a lot in New York City. So. Rockwood Music Hall and kind of those kind of indie venues.
I'm always trying to play more in Asbury as well. There's so many venues here. It's almost like a bucket list of like, oh, I played these ones. Like we have to go back. So it's also like I kind of want to play this venue we've never played before. It's funny seeing like some of these venues go down and then come back. Like House of Independence went down, came back. The same went down, and we'd love to see that come back. It would be really cool to kind of get to see where those venues go from here, and if they bring back all the local talent they've had before.
Yep. I live up north, actually. I'm like an hour north in North Jersey. So I'm really out of the city. I live in the suburbs of the city, so we do get out here. But since I started playing with Honeywild is really when I got into the local Asbury Park scene, and it's a good time.
It's a super fun group. Like, there's a ton of bands that like it seems like they're playing every night of the week, or at least one night every week. And you see the same acts come through. And so, like, it is kind of fun to see, like, the bands start to know each other. I always feel like it's like when you see bands that and you're opening for the same bands back and forth, it's almost like having, like, cousins. Like, there's a couple bands that we know that we've played with a bunch of different times in different places, where when you see them, it's like, oh, it's been a couple months since we saw you guys. It's almost like seeing your cousins.
It is a cousin band.
Yeah. But you know what I'm thinking of. But,
yeah.
Absolutely. that?
I think it'll be good to. I think we covered everything, so we'll just kind of wrap it up. If you want to give anybody a shout out that's not here, you other band members or. Oh,
Yeah. So we have some people who couldn't be with us tonight.
There's a ton of people. It's almost like dangerous to start naming names and you're like, oh my gosh, who did I forget?
Yeah.
But just like off the top of our head, we've got our drummer Christian Lopez, our bassist Nick Marzullo, and then who else have we had like bouncing around over the last couple months?
That's the core. I mean, between myself, Steve, Nick, and Christian, that's like the core members. But then we have a bunch of other people that we always love to see.
It's like your main cast and your recurring characters. Like they're on first string of episodes. And everybody's happy to see them.
Yeah.
Especially like the horn players. Like it's so great having horn players to come in and they can learn the charts for like half the songs and sit the other half the gig. And like if you don't have them, then hey, that's fine. The band sounds great without them. But if you do have them, it just adds to that sound. And every now and then you'll get like a different trumpet player out of it, you get a different saxophonist, and it's just cool to see like how they take a solo over the same changes as somebody else.
And our new backing vocalists, Austin and
Oh
Phil.
yeah, absolutely.
And I want to bring them back as soon as possible.
They fill out so much of the sound. It's so cool. Every now and then, like Christian and Nick or I will cover backing vocals, but it's different having a vocalist.
Two awesome vocalists.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, we miss our friends, but it was really fun being here.
Yeah, it's kind of fun also, like, from my perspective, trying to reimagine these songs as acoustic songs, as they were written in the first place, just on the piano or on the guitar. But, I wasn't there for a lot of the inception of a lot of these. And so, Love from the Moon is like this massive, like, 10-piece hard rock song now. And I have to reimagine it. I was like, what if this is just a guitar again? And what would that sound like? And so, we talked, after I played it, I said, do you know what band I had in mind with this? And you didn't know right off the bat. I said, kind of sounds like Goo Goo Dolls right now, doesn't it? And you started laughing because it's like, yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. I'm just leaving all these open strings to try to fill out as much sound as I can when I don't have 9 other players behind me. But it's a tough challenge, but it was also kind of cool to see, like, what would I want this to sound like for people who've never heard this before and they're not imagining, oh, there should be a horn part here. It's just, this is all of it. And what could it possibly sound like?
Yeah.
Show is great.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing all this.
Yeah. All right. All good? Thank you. Thanks so much.